Sometimes we think you have to have the biggest and best title to have the deepest wisdom. On my travels, I have found the people with the deepest wisdom are just your everyday people, regular people who just happen to know things. Listen intently as we hear stories of wisdom from everyday people. Hello, welcome to Regular People Who Know Things, stories of wisdom from everyday people. Again, I started this podcast because I wanted to be able to highlight the stories of people that you would meet at the grocery store or the post office. You know, when you're having that conversation and you leave with the deepest wisdom you ever felt you could hear to continue forward in your life. Listen in this episode as Saundretta goes deeper into the topic of love. This is everybody's favorite topic. I think because we're all searching deeply to be loved. Some of us are deeply searching for how to express it. Some lack the capacity to give it. So, what is it? Love is a loaded word. Today, I'm going to talk about what I believe love is. I'm going to show you how I express it. That's the podcast episode of today. You don't have to agree, which is great, isn't it? It's healthy to know that someone else can believe differently than you. You do not own all of the knowledge. You are still learning, just like me. Love is the ability to give without selfishness. This is love. I simplified it. This is what love is for me. Let me make it even more simple. You were hungry. I didn't need you to ask me. I heard you tell me that you were hungry. I gave you food. I asked you, do you want this apple? You say yes. I give it to you, smile, and allow you to eat the food on your own time and continue to live your life. Now, I had enough to give. This wasn't my last. I gave from what I had. You may not ever come around me again, but there were no requirements to receiving the apple as far as what you pay me. You did have to mention it because I may not have known otherwise, but I had compassion because I have the power to feed you. I am not your only provider. Maybe someone else will come and feed you, but they have nothing to do with the apples I have. This is what love looks like to me. You give freely. If you need someone to give back to you, then it's not a gift. It's a business transaction. For me, I appreciate when people love me. I may not have the means to repay them. If you are giving me love expecting something in return, you may be disappointed because I may not have what you are hoping for. This is why you think about who you are giving to and why. I never expected myself to have sex with a man just because he bought me a drink at the bar. That's inappropriate. If you give someone a gift, it's a gift. If you are expecting something in return, you are paying for something. No one should have to pay for love. I do not like the feeling that someone only gave me affection because they expected me to cook for them. It really means that the affection that was given came with strings. Reciprocity is huge. Let's be real, we deserve to have mutual respect. However, simply giving because you expect something in return is selfish because you are the center of the transaction. It's really going to be about what you can get. Then, when it's not returned, I gave her this and she never calls me. Does she know that this is what you expect? Did you establish a contract? Was this a gift? Again, love does not have selfish intentions. When it's given, you are filled with more of it. For me, as I give love, more of it enters me. This brings me to my final segment of this episode, which is how I express love. I express love in infinite ways. I am constantly filled with energy that is giving. I protect where I send this energy. I release it and move on. Pretty simple, right? This could look like a note I leave for a friend. I write it and move on. I do not wait for a response. They have what I gave. At this point, they choose to receive it or reject it. I cannot choose what they do with it. That's it. I hope that you're feeling loved today. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this episode where Saundretta goes deeper into what love is for her. And I hope that you feel loved today. If you would like to share your story or any topic, please email saundretta@journalist.com. Thank you for joining.